Today, we're going to analyze the Himouto Umaru-chan English dub. I know many are quick to poo-poo a dub, but hear me out. This one's a fun time. We'll be going over its voice actors, changes from the Japanese version and English subs, and this behemoth of a box set. Yeah, if you enjoy unboxing videos, stay tuned. But I highly recommend you check out part 1 of our analysis of Umaru-chan's English releases first. Click the link in the upper right corner or do whatever on whatever device to make that happen. Picking up from where we left off, Houston company Sentai Filmworks announced at Anime Expo 2016 that a dub was coming for Umaru-chan as well as many other shows they've licensed. No further info was provided at the event, but the announcement sparked speculation as to who would play the characters in the dub, especially a character that requires such range like Umaru. The Houston-based company issued their May 2017 release slate on January 24th, 2017, and on that list was none other than the Umaru-chan dub. Sentai also announced that a premium box set for Umaru was in the works. The Umaru fandom was reinvigorated on April 8th, 2017. As it was announced, Umaru-chan was greenlit for a second season as part of that year's fall anime lineup. We'll be talking about the second season, titled Himouto Umaru-chan R, in the next video. A little over a week after the announcement of Season 2, Sentai Filmworks formally previewed the dub of Umaru-chan Season 1. The dub's preview video doubled as a cast member reveal. Surprisingly, the little orange-clad otaku was not the first character to have their voice actor revealed. That honor would go to Umaru's older brother Taihei, who would be voiced by Adam Noble. Noble and his Japanese counterpart Kenji Nojima share another role too, Narumi Kanai in Scum's Wish. Oh, and Sentai was a total tease in their behind-the-scenes video that accompanied the announcement, as Umaru can be heard during the clip.
Ah! Umaru, get in there and clean the cage!
Millionaire.
This would probably get a bunch of views.
Furthermore, Sentai confirmed fans could get their Himouto on soon, as Himouto Umaru-chan would launch on Blu-ray on May 30th, 2017 in North America. Sentai would also post the dub on its then-recent streaming service HiDive on July 21st, 2017, only a month after the platform launched. While Noble's performance as Taihei definitely gets across the tired office worker that has to deal with an annoying little sister vibe, posts on forums and social media zeroed in on identifying Umaru's voice. Guesses ranged from Hilary Hogg of Super Milk-chan and Ghost Stories fame to Jessica Calvello, who's done a myriad of roles in Texas anime dubs. But wrong on both of those. In fact, nobody I saw on any website correctly identified the person voicing Umaru. Fans didn't need to wait long for an answer, as 2 days later, Sentai Filmworks confirmed the hamster-hoodied Himouto would be played by Emily Neves. Once again, the announcement was paired with a behind-the-scenes video showing the talent in action.
Internet. How am I supposed to contact the outside world without you? How can I possibly go on living?
We'll take a more in-depth look at Neves as Umaru later. Another 2 days went by after this announcement, and the folks at Sentai gave fans the rest of the cast list, featuring the central characters and some additional unnamed roles. Alright, time to zip through some more voice actor profiles. Gotta make up for not doing any last time, and I know the audience loves these. I see the analytics. So let's dig in. First up, Umaru's shy best friend Nana Ebina was performed by Sarah Ornelas.
My folks back home sent me some rice from Akita. I'd love for you to have some.
What caught me off guard in the dub was Ebina being referred to by her first name, Nana. I was like, who the hell is Nana? Because her first name is mentioned like twice in the Japanese version. In any case, much like the subs, the dub turned Nana's Akita dialect into a southern accent. The dub script described it as an Akita country dialect.
Howdy, y'all.
Ornelas got to use both a standard and country version of her voice for this character.
Them big city restaurants, they is good.
Umaru's hyperactive rival Sylphine Tachibana was played by Christina... Wait, hold on. Wrong picture. There we go. Sylphine Tachibana was played by Christina Kelly. Much like the subs, Sylphine speaks in a more formal tone, but unlike the subs, her shouting, "Desuwa!" was not replaced with "indeed" in the dialogue. And if the hamster hood in her picture didn't make it obvious, Kelly is a big fan of Umaru-chan.
I hereby challenge you to a tennis duel, and I am not going to lose to you. Fear not, Umaru, I have reserved a Sakord for this momentous occasion.
The dub retains Sylphine never remembering Ebina's name, changing it to forgetting her first name, Nana.
What are you doing, Nancy? You'll never hit it with your eyes closed.
I'm sorry.
And to round off Umaru's friend group, the friend with a threatening aura, Kirie Motoba, was voiced by Jade Saxton, who has been in a bevy of dubs in Houston and Dallas-Fort Worth. Saxton also shares the recent role of Cyan Bluestar in Metallic Rouge with her Japanese counterpart.
Oh my god, the preciousness is out of control! I have to treasure it! That's it! Yes, I'll take a picture!
Moving from Umaru's group to Taihei's, the laid-back Takashi Motoba, aka Bomber, was performed by Jason Douglas. Is it just me, or is Douglas typecast as lazy guys? He's also the voice of the God of Destruction Beerus in the Dragon Ball franchise, and former Admiral Aokiji, real name Kuzan, in One Piece. Or maybe this is just a big coincidence. Probably the latter.
Look, man, I got dumped yesterday, and I can't go on living knowing that you have a woman and I'm all alone.
It's worth noting that in the Sentai subs, Kirie's older brother is named Bomba, while in most other sources it's Bomber. So real quick fun fact, this is a play on his last name Motoba also being read as Bonba, which, of course, passes by English speakers. The mega weeb Alex Tachibana was played by Scott Gibbs.
Hey Taihei, my computer kind of froze up over here again. Can you maybe help me out with it?
And to end our list of central characters, Kanao Kongo, the boys' boss that crushes on Taihei, was voiced by Maggie Flecknoe. What do you know? Flecknoe shares not one, but two roles with the Japanese actress of this down bad boss. Jewel in Gate and Kusunoki Kasuga in World God Only Knows.
Well, I know that everybody is excited about the holiday, so if you have plans, it would be wrong to make you work overtime.
There are plenty of incidental characters on the cast, and the likes of John Swayze, Carly Mosier, and Jay Hickman can be heard voicing them. And the ADR director of this dub was Kyle Colby Jones. And what a time he had! I think you need to have a heart of stone or an incredibly stressful simuldub schedule to not have fun directing Umaru-chan. And thankfully, neither was the case. Jones brought out everyone's A-game in just about every aspect of this dub. Jones himself played plenty of incidental characters in the show, but there's one truly worth highlighting. Himouto Umaru-chan's mysterious mangaka Sankaku head, say that 5 times fast, cameos in the show voicing himself. As an allusion to the brains behind Umaru-chan voicing himself, the brains behind the dub's voice directing, look, I tried to make that work, voiced this mangaka in English. Paired with this cast list was yet another behind-the-scenes video, this one having both Emily Neves and Adam Noble playing Umaru and Taihei respectively.
Pretty please, big brother?
I said no!
Huh?
And now is the perfect time to talk about Neves as Umaru in depth, as the preview showcased both her inside and outside Umaru voice. Umaru's outside voice is a standard Emily Neves voice, but her inside voice is a completely new creation. Neves has cited inspiration for Umaru's inside voice having come from her younger brother when he was little, as well as Butters and Cartman from South Park and Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. Save for her brother, which I'll take her word for, I can totally hear the other influences in her performance. But the intricacies of her performance don't stop with Neves' ability to swap from elegant to undignified on the spot. In Japanese, Umaru has a unique way of saying potato chips that isn't conveyed in the subs. The dub could have just had Umaru say cola and potato chips normally, but what's the fun in that? Emily Neves added a unique way for her rendition of the Himouto to say her go-to snacks.
Cola, potato chips, cola, potato chips, cola, potato chips, cola, potato chips.
What, you thought I was done raving about Neves? Nope. Once again, going back to episode 11, as we often do, Neves used variations of her Umaru voice when voicing the other Umarus debating snacks.
Everyone, what are your feelings about cake? Cake is absolutely out of the question. You are correct.
What's more, the Umaru arguing in favor of Tone Taco tortilla chips speaks in Spanish.
Es obvio que Ton Tacos son los mejores de todos en el mundo.
I think it goes without saying, Emily Neves is the MVP of this dub's cast. It's hard to pull off a character as chaotic and requiring such range as Umaru, but she does it so swimmingly in this dub. What about the actual contents of this dub? The dub remained faithful to the Japanese version's script and intent, but, fun language fact, English and Japanese are fundamentally different languages. 99% of the time on projects like this, subs and dubs are handled by different teams and account for different aspects of production. The only aspect shared between the two for Umaru-chan is the translation notes we discussed in the previous video, like explaining to the audience what a Himouto is and all that. This also applies to all the translations of the signs and such. The dub catered to natural speech, meaning it forewent using Japanese honorifics outside of the show's title and had dialogue refer to characters by their first name instead of their last, as seen with Ebina. In the first few episodes, Umaru flip-flopped between calling her older brother by his first name and Big Brother. Around episode 5, Umaru began to refer to him solely as the latter. This is important because one vignette has Taihei recall a memory which he thought was with Umaru, but wondered why Umaru would ever call him by his first name. Spoiler alert, it was a memory with his mom. Likewise, Kirie calls Komaru master in the dub. This change of terminology did not apply to Ebina though, who seems to attract dub differences. In Japanese, she refers to Taihei as Oni-san, while the dub has her refer to him by his first name. Yes, it is in fact odd she calls him Oni-san, there's no crazy Japanese technicality here. But this Oni-san oddity is explained at a later point in the story. This is something the scriptwriters wouldn't know unless they read the manga, which by this point didn't have an official English translation. Save for the discrepancy of Bomber's name, every character's name was left intact. Well, except for two. In Japanese, Umaru's two pet hamsters are named Hamjiro and Hamsaburo. This is, in fact, a reference to the most famous anime hamster of them all, Hamtaro. Because of course it is. Taro is a given name suffix of an eldest son, and Jiro and Saburo are suffixes for a second and third son respectively. Neat, huh? Well, the dub forewent this cheeky reference that would more than likely be missed by a Western audience. Not that Hamtaro is obscure, but the naming scheme would be lost on a lot of people. Instead, the English names for Umaru's hamster pals are Sir Hamelot and Ham Sammy. And lastly, when it comes to metric measurements or Japanese money, some dubs either play it as is or adapt the number to something Americans will know, like imperial measurements or American dollars. Himouto Umaru-chan's dub staff opted to do neither. For example, when Taihei noted it was 38 degrees Celsius outside in one vignette, the dub simply had him remark, "It's burning up," because Americans will use anything but the metric system. For an example with money, when Taihei originally saw the price of this fancy van, he exclaimed the price of 3 million yen in his head. But in the dub, his reaction is a simple, straightforward, "Holy crap!" The dub stayed true to the Japanese version as far as not changing the story or character names save for the hamsters. However, the dub team wasn't afraid to have a little fun with the project and play off the animation on rare occasions, like having Umaru sing along to the background music in this one scene. Or how about having a long burp from Bomber and Umaru instead of a hearty "Umai!" Or this clever line delivery.
Umaru, I'm gonna put this pudding in the fridge.
I'm gonna put this pudding in my mouth.
There are a lot of little things here and there that make this dub different from the Japanese version, but in terms of general content, the dub holds true to the source material, nerdery and all. But the anime dub was not the only new English Umaru-chan content. The home video releases also came with Himouto Umaru-chan S, an animated adaptation of the manga spin-off with the same name. Well, okay. It's an adaptation as far as the same title and concept of Umaru and friends being chibi and silly, but the stories are completely different, so it may be a stretch to call it an adaptation quote-unquote, but I digress. These 12 2-minute shorts were initially released 2 per Blu-ray set in Japan, but the American home video release included all 12 both subbed and dubbed. Just like the main series, the miniseries includes translation notes in the subs so viewers won't be confused about references to Japanese mythology amongst other things. The release's content also had Japanese promos, commercials, the Japanese episode commentary tracks, and all 3 Banquet Mondays Daranama specials with the Japanese voice cast, all subbed in English. Of course, the release also contained the standard creditless opening and ending and other Sentai Filmworks trailers. The DVD and Blu-ray were released in the UK by Animatsu Entertainment and Australia by Madman Entertainment. Himouto Umaru-chan didn't just have the standard Blu-ray and DVD home video releases. This is Sentai we're talking about. The anime also had a premium box set, something which Sentai thrives in making. For a whopping $179.98 USD, fans could get their hands on this set. However, as you can see, this isn't like most other box sets which have a standard, well, box container. This box set is shaped like Umaru, specifically like this cushion which I happen to have in my living room. While this is a cute box, it's not a great release for collectors that want to display items neatly on a shelf. I just display my Umaru-chan box separately, but really, not many online have seemed to mind all that much. The premium box set top comes off easily with these notches on the side for gripping, and the contents have niches in which they fit nicely. Yeah, we're doing an unboxing. We're an unboxing channel now. Unfortunately, the material used on the inside is flimsy. As you can see, mine is cracked, but it's also worth noting I've had this box for years and it's been moved around so many times. The DVD and Blu-ray versions are kept in separate jewel cases, each disc having promotional art on it. The Blu-ray jewel case has 2 discs, as you can see here. They're kept on a double-sided holder. The DVD jewel case has 4 discs, and it reminds me of old multi-disc video game releases like Metal Gear Solid and Shenmue. Discs 1 through 3 have episodes 1 through 12, and Disc 4 has all the bonus features. There's also another jewel case for the anime soundtrack, and it has a cute illustration of hamsters on the disc. Haven't tried to play this yet. The other physical extras are kept in a cute box that have Umaru on one side and Taihei on the other, both looking like sealed action figures. I'm using the word cute a lot. It was kind of a pain to open without having to rip something. Thankfully, I just barely bent the inside tab. Inside the little box, there is a lenticular card, which is one of those cards where you look at it from different angles and you get a different picture. This one is from the anime's opening, and as you can see, I'm trying to get it to show up on camera, only to figure out I need to have it go up and down. There we go. Next, we've got a set of buttons with the 4 main girls. Again, very cute. Nothing on the back, just the pins. Then there is this Umaru-chan lanyard, which has chibi art of the girls on one side and the Himouto, Umaru-chan, and Sentai Filmworks logos as well as copyright info on the other. Here is a keychain of Umaru hugging a bottle of cola. I like this one a lot. And here in the bubble wrap is a little Umaru figure, obviously much more fragile than the other things. And last in this box is an Umaru magnet, doing a funny pose with her hamsters. And there you have it, my very first unboxing video. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts, and if you want to see more unboxings in future episodes. The Himouto Umaru-chan Premium box set received favorable reviews not only from fans, but the American Advertising Federation, so much so that it won an award. I'm sure a lot of you were today years old when you found out that's a thing. Both the Umaru-chan and Food Wars Premium box sets won awards at the 56th American Advertising Awards for sales promotion packaging. As Kyle Colby Jones remarked on social media, hashtag winner winner, potato cheap dinner. And that's not it for the Himouto love in the Lone Star State, as Himouto Umaru-chan had a showing at the Alamo Drafthouse in Houston on June 27, 2017. According to Jones, quote, "We had a packed house of cola-crazed lovelies," unquote. Critical reception of Sentai Filmworks' dub of the divisive Himouto Umaru-chan was, fittingly enough, divisive itself. There weren't any outright awful, scathing reviews of the dub, but many reviews of the Blu-ray were dismissive of the English audio track. In his review of the Blu-ray set, Jitendra Kanth gave the show an 8 out of 10, praising the set's sharp picture quality and bevy of extras, as well as enjoying the show not being like Oriimo as he feared, but Kanth called the dub quote-unquote rather unremarkable. Well, it could have been worse, like the review by Scott Emson of Anime Blu-ray UK. Emson gave the show itself a 3 out of 5, enjoying the mindless nature of the show but disliking the lack of a story to bring it all together. Emson disliked the dub, highly recommending readers to watch Umaru-chan in Japanese, quote, due to the English dub being relatively poor compared to other English dub projects, unquote. Funnily enough, a strongly negative review of Umaru-chan by Mitch J. of Rice Digital praised the dub. He used his complaints about the show as a compliment to Neves' acting. Quote, Emily Neves is a fantastic voice actress who captures the incessant whining tones of Umaru, and it's a bit of a shock when you hear her talk normally as she has such a genuinely lovely voice. Emily as Umaru is about as irritating as roadworks going on in the early hours of the morning, and this is one of the biggest compliments I can give her as she's portrayed Umaru so perfectly. Given Umaru-chan's initial popularity, I expected more comments about the dub online, but to my surprise, it seems like it slid under the radar. I mean, heck, I only found out about the dub in November of 2017 because of TV tropes of all things. Perhaps the dub isn't discussed much because it came out so long after Umaru-chan's popularity was at its peak, with the dub debuting almost 2 years after the Japanese version. That's not to say the dub went unnoticed. Far from it, because fans were requesting a dub of Season 2 even before Season 2 premiered. But the dub is far less discussed than what one would expect for a show that had popularity like Umaru. I'm still partial to the Japanese cast myself, but I found myself enjoying the dub on its own merits. I felt it carried the chaotic energy of the series into English, and Neves as Umaru was a brilliant casting decision. The only thing I think I'd change with the dub would be switching the voices of Ebina and Kirie. In Japanese, Ebina has a higher pitched cutesy voice and Kirie has a lower pitched serious voice, and the dub has their respective pitches the other way around. I think Sarah Ornelas would sound great doing a depressing voice, and Jade Saxton I know could do cutesy voice as well. And dang it would be great to hear her do a southern accent for Ebina. But that's just me. I'm not a dub director, and Kyle Colby Jones did such an excellent job with this project. If you've watched Umaru-chan in Japanese, give the dub a shot and see what you think. Longtime viewers may be expecting me to mention an obscure lost Hong Kong dub with cast interviews, but shock and awe, there is only one English dub of Umaru-chan. Next time, we'll be talking about Himouto Umaru-chan R, the second season of the anime, and what led to Umaru's fall in popularity. What did the West think of the second season? Was there an English dub of it? What about the manga? Did that ever get an official release stateside? We'll answer those questions and more next time. As always, thanks to all of my patrons and Twitch subs for supporting my videos, and a special shout out to the Mass Muchacho tier patron Coops. If you'd like to be listed here, have access to my supporter-only Discord server, and see videos before they come out on YouTube, please consider joining on either platform. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, share this video, and comment what you think of the Himouto Umaru-chan English dub, what changes you would make to the cast and script, and any other topics you'd like to see me cover in the future. Keep an eye out for my video about Himouto Umaru-chan R in 3 weeks. Gonna need a little bit more time to work on this video, but it'll be worth it. Until then, I recommend you check out this video I did about Squid Girl, an anime that got a dub by Sentai not long after the release of Umaru-chan's dub. Until next time, take care.